Look, I just flipped the switch.
How's that good? You like that?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Welcome back,
Yo, what up, boys?
my people. Let's go. Another year, another season. We got it titled Welcome Back USC Fantasy Baseball. And today we're going to talk about the draft results and season projections.
It's good to be back, boys. I'm excited for this season, and I'm ready to take the championship this year.
Ooh.
Loving my squad, so
Slow your
I'm
horse.
loving it. I'm
Slow
loving it.
your
I'm
horse
loving
down,
it.
Mason. We don't even know if we're playing yet this year, man. I got my money on myself, though. If we're talking winners right
I got
now.
him way at the bottom.
All right, so what are we doing first? Draft?
Yeah, let's talk about the draft results.
All right. You guys know what I do. I have our little report card, little Naughty Nort grading system. Let me find the results here.
Gotta get those results in.
Oh, yeah. I think, honestly, it was a pretty good draft. Personally, I had to switch it up this year because your boy missed the playoffs for the first time.
I think this might have been the best draft overall. I feel like everybody has a chance in this league, except I think Rob's team might not have that much of a fighting chance, but I think everybody else has a chance. But that's just my opinion right now.
Already going in on
that's
Rob.
Just my opinion. Don't worry, I'll be going in on other people.
Season hasn't even started. Rob's at the bottom already. Oh my God, this sounds about right though. Rob. All right, guys. So draft results report card. So since we talked about Rob already, might as well go in with Rob. Bats, actually, I gave Rob an A, and there was only eight eights total out of freaking 24. I mean, so Rob, that's pretty good. So Rob's got an A with bats. Starting pitchers, gave Rob a C. And relief pitchers, I gave Rob a C as well. We'll go into the players after this. I'm just giving the initial report card grading for the draft. All right, Benny Walker. Bats, got a B. Pitching, got a C. And relief pitching, got a B+. So that's pretty good. No A's on the board for Benny. Ben's team is definitely the bottom third of the league, but we'll see. That's why it's the beginning, you know. Next, we got Slammy Sam, Slammy G. We got bats, B+. Starting pitchers, B+. And relief pitchers, B. So Sammy's pretty average across the board in fantasy and in life, so should be used to this by now. But Sammy got the B. I'd give him like an 86.5% if we're going out of 100. All right, next we got TODD, the feared Todd, the hated Todd, the winner of the first 3 out of the 4 or 3 out of 5. What was it, Todd, for winning the league? What do you win? Like 3 out of the first 5?
Yeah, pretty sure.
Yeah. Definitely a top dog. Definitely a top dog in the league.
Yeah.
But since batting has increased in baseball, Todd hasn't won. So we'll see if that stays the same. But anyway, let's get into Todd. He went with the same approach like always, heavy on pitchers, and I gotta say his pitchers are disgusting this year.
I agree with that.
Got to give some credit where credit's due. Starting pitchers, he was the 1 out of 2 A pluses, but we gave him an A plus, and there's only one other A plus from the draft. So Todd got an A plus starting pitchers, Bats got a B plus, and relief pitchers got a C plus. His relief pitching is pretty atrocious, but I'm sure he's got lots of trade bait with his starting pitchers. He can work something out.
Yeah, for sure.
Next, got also the feared and hated Connor Frazier for other reasons. But anyways, Dirty Frage, Bats, B. Starting pitchers, B. And relief pitchers, A. I gotta say, his relief pitchers are very nice. Him and Rad have great relief pitchers. Next up, Dirty Mace, dog.
Yeah.
Alright, Dirty Mace. I'm normally talking trash on him, but now he's next to me, so I can't really. But I can and will. But anyways, Dirty Mace, Bats with the A minus. Starting pitchers, A. Relief pitchers, A. I think overall, Mason had the best draft. His team's looking really balanced and solid. And I'm not used to normally saying this.
I know, it's a new year, bro. New me.
It's a new
Ready
year.
to take the championship.
New year, new Mace doggy, apparently. But yeah, he did have a great draft, and gotta give him some credit. Next up, the feared and hated Dad Rad, winner of the last two. Can he do it again? I don't think we've ever seen a three-peat. We haven't seen a three-peat, and I'm hoping to God that's not the case. But anyways, Rad, congrats on the championship again last year, and let's see if you can do it again. Bats, Dirty Rad with the B minus. Starting pitchers, you got C plus, and relief pitchers, A plus. The only other A plus goes to Rad, but he's got nasty relief pitchers. He has 5 starting relief closing pitchers. So that just tells you something right there. Next up, the Dirty Nort, myself. It's going to be a great year. I got Bats, B plus, starting pitchers, A minus, and relief pitchers, A minus. And I think that's everybody.
Yeah, and I gave myself, I did a little overall rankings for the draft. I did a little bit different. I did the top 3 at best bats. Best bats. No doubt, Rob, you have the best bats.
Give it up.
By far. Sam, you're right behind him. You're not too far behind him. You're pretty much up there. And then for third, I have a tie between Connor, Rad, and Marty. I mean, all 3 of you guys, solid bats. I mean, it's hard to say which one of those teams have the better bats. So I give it to all 3 of them. For the best pitching, no doubt, Todd. Not even.
Hate you, Todd.
Not even close. Nobody's even close to you. At second, I have a tie between me and Connor. I believe that both of us have solid pitching overall, and I couldn't decide who had the better one. And then third, I give it to Ben. I'm kind of shocked, but he has some surprised. But he has pitchers that can get the job done, so I like that. Overall, best overall team. I mean, Connor, and then I would say Todd, and then I'd go myself. When it comes to the worst,
This is a good one.
yeah, worst bats. Okay, Todd, I'm sorry, dude. I think you have the worst bats, but you went very heavy on the pitching, so that's understandable. I actually give myself the second worst bats. I took a different approach this year. I wanted to go more balanced. I think I did a little bit more in my pitching. I have a great relief pitching staff, and I have a great starting pitching staff. And then worst bats, third, I gave it to Ben. When it comes to the worst pitching, Rob, sorry, your pitching's horrendous, very horrendous. But like I say, your bats can carry your squad, so hopefully your bats can do it. Sam came in second with the worst pitching, followed by Marty.
What?
I'm sorry, dude.
Dude.
Yeah, I just didn't like it.
You think Ben has better pitchers than me?
Yeah, I do. I have more faith in his pitchers. Yes.
Oh my God.
And then worst overall, I'm gonna say Rob. I just don't have faith without the pitchers. Marty, I'm sorry.
It's all right. We'll see.
I just don't like your team that much.
Yeah.
And then third, I mean, this was tough. I said Rad just because I didn't like his team as much as other teams. So, but overall, the teams are very close.
Yeah.
So
I do gotta agree with you. I think it was a very good draft. Like similar to last year, I think every team really does have a chance to make the playoffs, and it's gonna be a battle until the last week, just like last year. And that's why I love this league, and everybody's been doing a good job keeping up with it. So 3 claps for everybody. I agreed with a lot of stuff you said, but I gotta disagree when you said Benny had the best pitching.
I had Benny at third. I had Benny at third. Third.
Well, we'll get into that. More.
It's risky, but I have faith in his pitching.
Definitely risky business, and let's keep it at that. But now we gave you the draft grades and draft results, but we didn't really give you the reasons why or the players why behind it. So let's put a face to that name, put a name to that face, should say, and let's get into the players to watch and the X factors and what else? Yeah, top players.
Yeah, top players. Yeah.
Okay. So I give you guys reasons behind my power rankings. Obviously, I put Todd at best pitching staff because, I mean, his top 5 is nasty. He's got DeGrom, Scherzer, Corbin, Syndergaard, and Travis Bauer.
Syndergaard's out for the season.
He's out for the season?
Yeah, but he's got Bauer and he got Greinke. So, I mean, it's still not even fair.
Oh.
Yeah,
all
Syndergaard's out, but
yeah,
that doesn't really bother me.
I didn't know that about Syndergaard.
Yeah.
But yeah, and who else? His bench pitching's really good too. But what I like about Travis Bauer is he's pitching as the 3 pitcher for the Reds because they got Castillo and Sonny Gray. So he's going to get some favorable matchups and really come out on top. Todd's top bats, I mean, it's pretty much these 3 bats, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
But he's got Stanton, one of my favorites, Manny Machado, and Anthony Rendon. I mean, Todd has a couple other decent pitchers or batters. But I gotta say, as his X factor, he's got 2 guys who could really have, he could turn his season around, or just, keep him at the top. And that is Yuli Gurriel and Starling Marte. I think the Diamondbacks have a really good year this year, and I think Marte will benefit from that.
Yeah, to just add to that, I would put LeMahieu, or however you say his name. I like him a lot. I think he's going to be one of his top bats.
Mm-hmm.
Marte, of course.
Yeah.
And, I mean, the player to watch on his team, I would say Bauer. I mean, he has potential to be one of the best pitchers in fantasy. I mean, he's solid. So, I have high expectations for Bauer. And that's one of his 5th pitcher on his team,
it's number 5.
which is disgusting.
Mm-hmm. He's got Sale, too. We didn't even mention Sale.
Well, Sale's out for the season, too.
He's out for the entire season?
Sale and Syndergaard, yep.
I thought they were coming back at some point.
No, they both had Tommy John.
That's out for the season?
Yeah.
Indefinite?
Yep.
Oh, damn. Well, still, Todd.
Yeah, still, you're still loaded. It doesn't even matter.
Mm-hmm. Anything else to add to Todd's team?
I mean, his relief pitching's kind of weak. I mean, Iglesias and Workman, solid guys, but they're not amazing. You need some help on the relief pitching side.
Yeah, his Workman's still with Boston, right?
Yeah, he's with Boston.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but
they don't even. He's not for sure.
But I mean, you're starting 5 pitchers. I mean, that's gonna carry you a long way. So.
All right, so that's Todd's team. As you can see, that's why I gave him the A+ in pitching, the C+ for relief pitching, and the B for bats. But next up, let's get into Slammy G. I'm going off the east side right now. East side represent. So Slammy G, his top bats, gotta say, is Acuna Jr., Altuve, and Jose Ramirez. I think those are just his top 3, and he's got a bunch of other good ones. Starting pitchers, he's got pretty nasty starting pitchers, I must say, with Strasburg, Kluber, Darvish, and his number 2. This guy, I have him as his X factor. I think if he has a good season, it could elevate Sam to being top 1 or 2, 3 teams. But he's coming off a bad year. That's Snell. But I think he got the bad year out of his system, has a good year, and that helps Slammy G. And relief pitching is decent, but his top 2 got Kenny Giles, and then this guy was sitting on his bench, Sean Doolittle, but I think he's the second best closer. Well, yeah, pretty decent. Those are 2 good closers.
Yeah, just to add to that, I would say, Sam's bats are great. He also has Rizzo, Meadows, Azuna, Pham. Those are solid bats right there. Like Marty said, starting pitching, he named the guys. Darvish is the guy to look out for this year. I think he's going to somehow bounce back, and he's going to be a key component to Sam's pitching. When it comes to relief pitching, it's not too bad. You got Giles, Doolittle. Neris, or however you say his name. He could be beneficial to his team too. So.
All right. Yeah. So that's why, as you can see, I gave Sammy that B+ for bats, starting pitching B+, relief pitching B. Overall, a B team, but after what do you have, 13 wins last season? It's going to be hard to top that just off regular season.
But, yeah, he dominated last season. Yeah. That was a very dominant season for.
Yeah. Next up, we got Rob. Do you want to take Rob in the beginning? I'll go in.
Yeah. I'll start with Rob. Okay. Rob's bats. Incredible. Bellinger, Devers, Story, Tatis Jr., Guerrero Jr., Harper, Judge, Gallo. Come on. That's unreal. Unreal bats. Not even fair. Not even fair. You get to his starting pitching. It's not that impressive. He's got 2 guys that stand out to me, Glasnow and Giolito. However you say it, I don't even know how you say it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, however you say it. Those are his 2 top dogs. There's a big drop off after that.
Yeah, I agree with you there.
And then relief pitching. I'm not a big fan of it. Kimbrel is one guy I like. I don't like anyone else.
Yeah. So, that's all I got. You can see.
But the guy to watch out for, I'm going to say right now, on his squad is Guerrero Jr. I have high hopes for him. He's young. He's going to be a star.
Expecting that.
His dad, Vladimir, was a stud. I love Vladimir. I have
it's
high
hard
hopes.
to live up to Vladimir, though.
Yeah, he has big shoes to fill, but I think he can do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, yeah, I agree with his starting pitchers. Giolito and Glasnow, and then that's pretty much it. That's why I gave you the C for starting pitchers. Relief pitchers, but I should say pitcher. It's Kimbrel. Kimbrel only had, I think, 6 or 7 saves last year. I had him. I thought he was going to kill it, and he let me down. But new year, he might kill it. And then bats, yeah, I gotta say, Rob's got the top 2 bats in the league. Just these names are ridiculous. They're all all-stars. Bellinger, Story, Harper, Judge, Gallo. All ridiculous. If Judge can stay healthy and have a full season, that's going to be crazy. But yeah, definitely. That's why I gave you the A, Dirty Rob, for bats. Now, Benny Walker. Why don't you start with Benny?
Yeah, I can start with Benny. I had Benny. Okay, what do I have? I had him as one of the worst bats, but he's got some players I like. He's got Turner. You got Yelich, my boy Yelich. Benny, you better be trying me Yelich. I need
trade alert.
Yeah, that's gonna be a trade. I need Yelich. Blackman and Springer. Those are the only 4 guys that really stick out to me on his bat wise. His pitching, like I said, I like his pitching. It's very risky though. He's Flaherty, Clevenger, Paddock, and Woodruff. I like those 4 pitchers a lot. It's risky, but I think those guys can have a high reward. And his relief pitching is not too bad. He's got Yates and Diaz. Not too bad. So
yeah.
The guy to look out for, I have Flaherty. I mean, if he can do his thing this year, I mean,
How many
that
wins did he have last season? I mean, he had a great season.
yeah, I have high expectations. I feel like if he can repeat and do better, that'll be a nice pick at the pitching spot. So nice number one.
Yeah, I gotta say, I think Benny has, I mean, two of the top closers in Yates and Diaz. I mean, Kirby Yates is definitely a top 3 closer. And I do like some of Ben's other closers. I think that's why I ranked him pretty high for closing. Let me see here. Yeah, I gave him B plus for relief pitchers. It's the highest grade I gave you. And then bats, pretty solid. Turner, Yelich. He's got Olsen and Chapman for the A's. I love having the 1-2 punch with 2 top 4 batters on the same team. And then George Springer. Oh, love Springer. That's why I gave you the B. And then I am on the other side of the table when it comes to pitching. I know Mason has high hopes for Ben's pitching, but I don't think Flaherty has the same year that he had last year. And then Clevenger, I mean, he's a solid pitcher, but he's not like amazing. And then Chris Paddock, that's Benny's top 3 pitchers. And I don't know. There's just better pitchers out there, but that's why I gave you the C. And yeah, that's it. That's it for the East Side. Represent. Now the West Side. I'll go ahead and start this one. I got Mace Diggity. I mean, I gave you the highest ranking or highest grades out of any teams. But yeah, with that A minus for bats is solid. I mean, Soto, J.D. Martinez, Torres, Correa, and then Alonso. And then you got McNeil. Mason has the most 1-2 punches, like 2 players on one team, and I think that's beneficial. But yeah, that's why I gave you the A minus. Starting pitchers, also very solid with his top 3: Verlander, Kershaw, and Ohtani. I think they're all going to have great years. Verlander's a stud. He always has at least 8 Ks a game, and that's very important. And then closing, I think Mason's got the 3rd best closers with Osuna, Jansen, and then Will Smith. He'll get his closing role back. But yeah, overall, very good.
Yeah, to add to that, I mean, my bats, I think I could have done better. I mean, it's not well balanced. Yeah, I have a few stars there, like he said. To add, I 3 pitchers he said. I like Marquez a lot. He's my 4th pitcher right now. I have high hopes for him. And with my relief pitching, the same thing. He said, I like my relief pitching. I think I might have the best, in my opinion. But the player to watch out for, I say Kershaw. I think he struggled last year and had that injury the year before. And I have high hopes for him. I hope he returns to top 3 ace in the league. I'm hoping. So I have high hopes for him.
All right. Next, we'll go into my team. I think I drafted a very balanced team. You know, after last year's disappointing season, just missed the playoffs. I went heavy on the bats. I would say I probably had the best bats ever assembled, which is a bold statement, but I thought it was true. My bats were putting up 75 points a day, but my pitching was just so atrocious that it didn't even matter. I couldn't get it done. But yeah, my bats, my top bats, I got Baez, Freeman, Bregman, Marte, and then my X factor is Yordan Alvarez. He only played like 40 or 50 games last year, and he had 25 home runs. I think if he can keep up that pace, he could elevate my team. I drafted a lot of players that have a better strikeout ratio because I had a lot of Ks last year, and I noticed these players have high points that just don't strike out. Like Bregman had like 600 and some points last year, and he makes good contact and he didn't strike out, and that -1 on the strikeout, it adds up. Yeah, next, I think I'm top of the pack for pitching. Todd's got, I would say, the best pitchers, but my 1-2 punch is hard. Is just as good as anybody's. I think Garrett Cole and Luis Castillo is very nasty, and Barrios. But yeah, it's a long season, and we'll see. But I'm happy about my pitchers and my relief pitchers. My top two got Hader, who's a stud, and I think another X factor is Emilio Pagan, closer for the Padres. He came out of nowhere with the Rays last year, and I think he's going to continue.
Yeah, I mean Marty. Like I said, his bats. I like.
Shut up, Bo.
Bats to add. Donaldson, I think, is pretty good. Bell. When it comes to his pitching, I'm just not a big fan. I mean, he has some solid pitchers. I just don't have a lot of faith in him. He has big name pitchers, but I don't know. I just don't like him. And with his relief pitching, I mean, Hatter's a stud. The guy to look out for is Ketel Marte. I like him a lot, and I think could be potentially his best player on his team.
Diamondbacks gonna have a big year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, where are we at now?
Connor.
You want to go? Okay, Connor's squad. Connor, I think he has the best team. I mean, he's well balanced. Bats I like is Goldschmidt, Arenado, Lindor, and Trout. I mean, those are 4 big time bats, 4 studs.
Yeah.
I mean, those guys can carry your bats any day of the week. I mean, you can count on them day in, day out. When it comes to pitching, I mean, top pitching right here. I mean, you got Morton, you got Nola, you got Gray, you got Lynn, Wheeler, Bumgarner.
I like Wheeler.
Yeah, I like Wheeler. Yeah. And then when it comes to his relief pitchers, I mean, I like them, but I don't. Like, I'm kind of like, I think they're above average. I mean, he got Hendricks, he got Rogers, and he's got Anderson. Are the 3 guys I like out of those relief pitchers.
Berg, he's Colorado,
Yeah,
could be a lot of homers.
Yeah. The guy to look out for on his squad, I'm gonna say it, Bumgarner. It's been a while.
Diamondback.
Hey, maybe Bumgarner. I think he can come back and be one of the top dogs again. I could see it. So that's a guy to look out for on his squad.
I gotta disagree. I think Bumgarner's over the hill. That fastball has dropped down at least 3-4 miles per hour. I think people are just gonna go to town. Diamondback's new field is juicy for the batters, so I think Bumgarner's gonna get his bum guarded this season. But next, Dirty Freight. Solid top 4 bats. I mean, Trout, Arenado, Lindor. I like Goldie a lot. Goldschmidt. But yeah, starting pitchers, I think Morton's a top dog. He's top 5-10. But other than that, I think they're all, kind of average. I mean, Nola was amazing 2 years ago, but last year it was a poor season. And then Sonny Gray was terrible with the Yankees, but he seemed to show some hope with the Reds. And the Reds' bats are going to be nice too this year. So, I mean, Gray could have a 15-20 win season. And I do like Wheeler a lot. He did just get paid, though, so, look out. Man, you get that money, you lose your focus a little bit. So, we'll see. He got a nice fastball, though. I mean,
we got Reds team.
Let me go. I'm not done yet.
Oh, okay. All right. My bad.
X Factor, I think, Polanco for Frazier's team. I had him last year. I like him. I like the Twins. But, yeah, I think Polanco has a good year. Could help out a lot. And relief pitchers, I think he has very good relief pitchers. And, I mean, Oberg's the only one that might be questionable. But he is a closer. So he's got 4 closing pitchers, and they're all pretty solid. All right, yeah, Rad.
Rad,
Start.
okay. Yeah. Like I said, Rad definitely has one of the best bats. He's got LBs, Bryant, Bogarts, Seager, Betts, Benintendi. I mean, those are monsters right there. I mean, Mookie Betts. I love Mookie Betts. Fucking stud.
Mookie monster.
Yeah, bats, unreal. Comes to pitching, I would say it's like a middle of the pack, above middle of the pack. I'd probably have him, maybe fourth or fifth, somewhere around there. I mean, he's got Bueller, Bieber, Soroka, however you say his name. And then with the relief pitching, Chapman. And
get out of here.
And Hand. Guy to look out for is Soroka. I mean, great, solid pitcher. He's young. I think he can be the next big thing. I mean, he's proven that he can pitch. So, I have high hopes for him.
Oh, ESPN alert. Mookie Betts traded to the Indians?
Oh, man.
Kidding. Yeah, Rad's team. He's got unbelievable closers. I mean, I gave him an A+, 1 out of 2 A+s that I gave, so it's hard to come by. He's got Chapman, Hand, Gallegos, whatever, and forget his fourth, and then Kella. So he's got 5 closing pitchers. And Gallegos, he's not the closer, he's the setup guy, but he's still nasty. Or he might be a closer.
Yeah.
But Rad, I'm definitely looking to get Hand off your hands. If you want to do a little dealing, I could help you with your starting pitchers because your starting pitchers are pretty bad, man. I mean, Walker Bueller and Bieber, both studs, both all-stars. But other than that, I mean, you got Robbie Ray in your starting 5. That just says something. So, I mean, you are the defending champ or whatever for 2 seasons, but yeah. Let's see if the three-peat happens. But this is why Rad's so good. I mean, he pays attention.
Yeah.
Makes big moves.
Yep.
Normally drafts shit.
Yeah,
but he just
Rad's always
big
on top of it. That's why he's solid teams.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Gaetano, you're on top of it too. I mean, you've proven
As
ever since you've been in this league.
Yeah.
You've
Second
proven
year
yourself.
his
So
3rd year.
Yeah.
And Batch is solid too, but I mean, I'd say like 4th or 5th or 6th, you know. But that's that. Players to watch, top dogs, X factors. So let's go into
division projections.
Yeah. Sorry, we're taking our time with this, but you know, it just feels good talking about baseball. And
yeah, this is awesome. I mean, we got to be thorough with this. We got to make sure you guys understand where we're coming from and see every aspect of it.
Mm-hmm.
So.
But next video we'll go into the week 1 matchups. We're just doing the draft and the projections. But yeah, go ahead.
All right. I mean, with my division, we'll start with the East side with Rob, Ben, Sam, and Todd. I mean, the top dog, I have Todd. I mean, he's going to be the division champ. Definitely number 1. In that number 2 spot, Sam. I mean, solid team. I mean, those 2 teams, Todd and Sam, you guys are automatic playoff teams. No doubt.
Bold statement.
Automatic playoff teams right there.
I think you might be right.
And then I have Benny coming in at 3rd. And he's going to be a guy that's going to be fighting for a playoff spot. I think he will be in. I think he'll be in. But he's definitely going to be a guy that's going to be fighting for probably that last spot. And then Rob 4th. I mean, dude, you just have no shot. I hate to say it.
His bats, though.
I don't have... I mean... I'm just saying where I'm going with
Plus,
that.
you got to consider Rob is probably going to miss a couple starts.
Yeah.
Bench, you know.
So, yeah, Rob 4th, and I just don't think he has a shot. That's the only team I think that's an automatic is missing playoffs right off the bat. Yeah. And then, you go with your East projections.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, similar with the top 2. I got Todd locking up the 1. I think his pitchers are just going to do some disgusting things this year. It's going to be scary. And then Sam at the number 2. And then is where we differ. I got Rob getting ahead of Ben. Ben's just his pitching just is not attractive to me, and that's why I think Todd's going to come out on top. Just got to make a couple moves for relief pitchers, Todd. But yeah, so that's the East side. I think if we have 14, 15 weeks, I think Todd will end up 10-5, Sam 9-6, Rob will be 6-7, and Ben will be 6-9. Ben will be 5-10.
All right, let's go with the West. Got Connor, myself, Rad, and Nordy Nort.
These
here.
divisions are
Nordy
ridiculous,
Nort,
by the way. The West is scary.
I think the West is
again.
very scary. I mean, it could be. This is very dangerous division. I got Connor number 1. I mean, I love his team, best team. Just
Keep
number
in your
1.
Pants,
Sorry. I'm putting myself number 2. I think I have a well balanced team that
humble
will get me to the playoffs. And like I said, mark my words, Connor and myself, automatic playoff teams. And then I have Rad coming in 3rd, and I have Nordy Nort here coming in 4th. But both of those guys are going to be fighting for playoff spots. It's going to come down to Rad, Nort, and Ben. The best 2 out of those 3 are going to get those last 2 spots. So,
dang, I'm happy it's back, baby. 4th of July. Let's hope. Fingers crossed. For the West, I got a little different. Mason was a little humble about his team, but I actually got Mason finishing 1st. First time winning the division with these new divisions we got. Then coming in 2nd, I got myself. I think my team is just very balanced, and you never know who's going to come at you with the starter pitchers or the bats or the relief pitching. I think I'm going to have a pretty good season. Next, 3rd, I got Connor. I think Connor's bats and top 2 pitchers and relief pitchers are going to carry him through with the 3, and then Rad coming down in the 4th spot of the division. I mean, you've won the last 2 seasons. It's okay to have a bad year every once in a while, or maybe just do it so somebody else can win. But getting kind of sick of seeing Rad on top. But yeah, I agree with Mason. I think all these teams are going to be fighting for the last playoff spot. I mean, I think like 2 games differentiate the 1 seed from the 4 seed. So like Mason 11-4, myself 10-5, Connor and Rad both 9-6, something like that. Power rankings?
Yeah, power rankings. Last thing, guys. Power rankings. I got Connor number 1. Just best team. Then I got Todd just because of his starting pitching. Oh yeah, you got the board here. Let's get that board if you guys can see it a bit.
That's right. We'll surprise him.
Yeah. And then I put myself number 3 just because I think I have a well balanced overall team, and I think I have what it takes to get the job done. Coming at number 4 is Sam's team. Love his bats. His pitching's also pretty good. Number 5 of Benny. Another well balanced team, but not as strong as the other teams I mentioned. And then I have Rad in there at number 6.
The last playoff spot coming in.
Yeah, last playoff spot coming in. Yeah, sorry.
I missed it again.
Yeah, Rad. Nice bats. Somewhat decent pitching. I mean, similar to Ben's team. Just a little bit not as balanced. And then I have Nordy Nort here coming in. Number 7, and then Rob at number 8. So.
All right. Now we'll go with mine, and then we got the commish. Todd gave his in too, but I'll go with mine first. So I got 1 Mason with the 2 seed. Todd, 3 myself. The 4 Connor. The 5 Rad. The 6 slipping into the playoffs with the 6 seed. Slammy G. The 7 is Rob, and the 8 Benny Winnie Walker. It's just projections, but think looks pretty good. And then finally the commissioners. Commissioner Todd sent his in. Todd, I mean, this is a huge surprise.
Yeah.
Huge surprise. Todd ranked himself first.
He's probably jerking off to his team right now.
He was roster baiting. I saw him the other day.
Yeah.
And then he's got Rad at 2, Connor at 3. So he's got all the past year's winners in the 1, 2, 3. I mean, if you're a betting man, that's probably the smartest thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. 4th, he's got Mason. 5th, myself. 6th, I think that's the highest Todd's ever ranked me off the bat. 6th, Slam. 7, Ben. 8, Rob. So we all seeing some trends here. Rob and Ben are kind of holding it down at the 7 and 8 for most of them. Slam is flirting around the 6. Rad at the 5, 6, other than Todd's. But yeah, and then that's pretty much it. But Todd did want me to say this or bring it up. You know, we got a lot of time until the regular season starts, and you know, to spice up the league, Todd proposed that everybody has a mandatory trade. So I'm thinking, let's all make one trade before the season starts. Todd was talking punishments though. If you don't make the trade, you lose like your 8th round pick. I don't know. We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
But I'm down to trade.
Yeah, it's very interesting. We should definitely think about it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's pros and cons to it. I mean, people can screw each other. So I don't know.
You're the king at that.
Yeah, I mean, I know I got my eye on one player. It's Yelich. So
I would like Rad. But I think there is something else. I needed to bring up this. It was
I moved to London.